Hello and welcome to And That's Why We Drink. I'm Em Schultz.
And I'm Christine Schieffer.
April Fools! What if that was the special April Fools we planned this whole time?
Can you imagine? That's the thing we've been hyping up. Like, oh, you have no idea how crazy it's gonna
It'll
be.
be worth the wait.
Anyway, happy April Fools to everybody. This is And That's Why We Drink listeners episode unlike any other. So this April Fools, we decided that we were going to play a prank on you because you've been expecting a listener's episode this whole time. Psych, it's not a listener's episode. This is actually an interview with someone that is very, very special to us. You have heard us talk about him for a very long time. He goes by many names. One of them happens to be Terry Carnation of the brand new show Dark Air that is out today. He also goes by some other names. We've heard Rainn Wilson kind of dropped around.
Yeah, there's a lot of mystere behind Terry's background, his history.
Is he Terry? Is he Rainn? Identity theft is not a joke, so I don't know who's who at this point. But
we'll let you decide. How about that? We'll let you decide the true identity of our guest today.
So please kick back and relax as we get to talk to one of our paranormal heroes in general.
Heroes across the board, and I think you all will agree.
And on top of that, if you are listening on April Fool's Day, we are also doing an Instagram live with Terry Carnation today. So please go check that out and watch us have a second try at talking to him without me mentioning sperm. You'll know what I'm talking about later on in this episode.
You can find us at ATWWD Podcast on Instagram. Hey, Em, have you heard about this amazing company that makes stylish, sustainable shoes and bags?
I have, because we never stop screaming about them. They are Rothys, Christine's ever-present tab on her internet.
Yep, and it's also warm here now, so I can finally wear all of my pairs. Poor Blaze, they're all over our first floor. And Rothys are available in a range of styles that come in an ever-changing array of colors, prints, and patterns.
Refinery29 says Rothys are equal parts comfortable and chic. Christine will say yes, and then add even more detail to that.
Yes, and I will do that right now. Rothys has transformed nearly 100 million bottles into beautiful shoes, handbags, and face masks, so it's good for the planet. It's really a cool process. They're machine washable. I will die on this hill. Okay, I will. In my beautiful Rothys, by the way.
To help you welcome the new season in style, Rothys is doing something they've never done before. That's right. They gave us the chance to share this super rare opportunity with our listeners for a limited time. Through May 9th, 2021, you can get $20 off your first purchase of $100 or more at rothys.com/drink. That's ROTHYS.com/drink.
I am so excited about this, folks. Trust us, you do not want to miss this, okay? Head to rothys.com/drink to find your new favorites today.
Skillshare is an online learning community that offers membership with meaning. With so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives, Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth.
We are super excited to have Skillshare as a sponsor because I mean, we both use it a lot, but I've been recently taking a course called YouTube Success because I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. It's called Script, Shoot, and Edit with MKBHD. And I feel like, I know you went viral. I'm going to go viral now on YouTube. Just watch me go. Skillshare is teaching me the ways on how to be the best editor I can be. So I'm honestly a huge fan of Skillshare.
Skillshare is also incredibly affordable, so especially when compared to pricey in-person classes and workshops, an annual subscription is less than $10 a month. So for less than $10 a month, you too could go viral and be Christine's new YouTube competition.
That's not a promise that Skillshare makes, but they can probably help you in your journey.
Explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/drink and get a free trial of premium membership. That's Skillshare.com/drink. Hello.
Terry.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Christine.
Wow, Terry, it was great to finally see you in person, not just over the airwaves.
Drink me in.
Yeah, I'm going to take a minute and drink him in. You can go ahead.
Well, welcome everyone to a very special episode of And That's Why We Drink. And today we have the most special guest we've ever had. My heart is palpitating. You are one of our heroes.
Let me pause you right here. The most special guest you've ever had.
Let me tell you, you are the
how many guests have we had?
We've had 0, and also
But
to be fair, we have a paranormal podcast. You're the inspiration for it. We grew up listening to you.
Oh, wow.
I since I was 7, I wanted to be a paranormal investigator, which I did in college because of you. So we have.
So M's palpitating. I mean, the reason we're saying we never had a guest before, we had to wait for like the ultimate pinnacle guest experience. One and done. We got it in the books.
For those of you who don't know, just not to take over, but just so everyone else knows who the heck this is. First of all, you should know because we have talked about him for 4 years now on this podcast. But this is, hopefully you recognize his sultry voice. You know him as the host of the paranormal call-in show Dark Air, which is coming back as of today. So please go check it out after this interview. But welcome, legendary radio personality Terry Carnation. Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
That was the warmest, kindest, most interesting introduction I've ever received. Thank you.
Most interesting.
We've waited our whole lives to be able to say it. So thank you so much.
I'm curious about something. You reveal so much about yourself, but especially you reveal your actual bedroom.
I did. Well, the pandemic, there's only so much space in an apartment. So this is what I've got. But it's clean. So, and that's a first also. So
it is
again,
very clean. What a well-made bed.
Thank you. I worked hard. I knew it would be in your line of sight. So
this is why I record in a corner, because nobody needs to see any other aspect of my home, because it's certainly not clean or organized.
Well, you two are a pair of paranormal investigators.
I'm just going to get lumped in as another investigator. Forget true crime.
Thank you so much. And we have a lot of questions I've waited my whole life to ask you. I know Christine's the same. We are both a big part of the Carnation Nation. So for many years, you hosted a very successful show, Dark Air, again, a paranormal advice show everyone should go check out. And last we heard, you abruptly left the airwaves, and which was a devastating blow to us. Obviously, as my heart palpitates for you. But we both grew up with Dark Air. Again, my parents were big fans also. We listened to you on road trips. And now you have this triumphant return to radio. So what's brought you back? Why now?
Well, thank you for asking. This has been a long and arduous road. Essentially, as you know, this was in quite a few of the newspapers. Well, it was in 3 or 4 of the regional newspapers in Southern California, the Alhambra Times, namely Monrovia Gazette, a few other places, but essentially my wife passed away, Zelon.
Tragic.
Zelon Carnation.
Very sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It was devastating to me. We were very, very close, and she died under quite dubious circumstances, involving it involved a trip to Tijuana and some mysterious circumstances, and heartbroken. And I struggled with some mental health issues, and this is not something I would ever mock or make fun of. They are very real. And I had a somewhat of a nervous breakdown, and it was part grief. It was part an addiction to ayahuasca.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Yes, a little ayahuasca ceremony in the mountains of Peru turned sour. All of a sudden,
I know how that goes.
Months later, you find yourself living in a cave, feasting on dead bats.
I know it all too well.
But I've decided to come back. I feel like I'm ready. My therapist, Dr. Norman Kesden, feels that I'm ready. And we are premiering.
Today.
Yes.
And thank you for being so open about that. We did have questions about, some of the darker parts of most recent years for you. But do you, without, I don't want to step on any toes or ask anything too personal, but do you think your wife's passing has affected you professionally since you're in such a paranormal space? Do you think it's altered your opinion of the afterlife in any way?
Well, that's a fascinating question. Yes. As you know, my catchphrase is, I am open to all possibilities.
Yes, I have it on a poster, actually. So.
Yeah, you can't see it. It's right in front of him, which is why you can't see it right now.
I actually replaced it. I replaced it with this thing so I wouldn't look like too much of a super fan. So, but please go on.
Yeah, you decided to hang a rug over it.
Anything would do in a pinch. So,
Yes. Well, I am open to all possibilities, as the two of you are open to all possibilities. And am I open to the possibility of an afterlife? Yes, I am. I've certainly personally had some interactions of a spectral nature, and I've attempted to make contact with her on the other side.
Now, was this
several
during the
times.
ayahuasca or was that a separate incident? Just so we're clear for the audience.
There was some overlap.
okay.
There was some intersection. There was
Got
some
it.
crossover if there was a Venn diagram, but for the
Surely.
most part, separate. For the most part, separate.
Sure.
But yes, I am very open to the possibility of afterlife. I am certain in the world of the spirits and spirit world, and that they can make contact with us and we can make contact with them. I think it is but a thin veil.
You're speaking our language.
But a thin veil between the two worlds.
Now, I'd like to know, I see you're wearing a beautiful crystal there on a pendant. Does that have any special meaning for you?
Yes. Well, as a matter of fact, it contains my soul.
Oh, does
I
it?
see. Yes.
You're just
Speaking of
bearing it all.
afterlife, if I were to pass on, let's say stricken
God
with a heart
forbid,
attack,
by the
or
way.
an aneurysm, or hit by a freight train, or or
All the usual ways, yeah.
hit in the back of the head by a person with a shovel,
Yes.
happen.
or my dentist's drill slips and pierces
God.
my brain,
That's how I hope to go.
or a botched plastic surgery, or tumbling down the stairs in Venice and into the lagoon itself, where my corpse is found floating by a gondolier 3 to 4 days later. Electrocuted, perhaps, by my toaster oven, which has been known to be a bit faulty. So many ways for me to potentially die. What I would ask the two of you is, as this pendant contains my essence, and by essence, I don't mean sperm.
That's
Oh.
fine. It could have. I would have been fine.
I
with
am
that.
very pleased that you clarified that, though. Thank you.
Yes. It contains my soul. I would ask you to break it open and allow my soul to be free, just as my body has been broken. So must this pendant, this medallion, be broken to set my essence free. Again, not
I
speaking
see.
about
I mean, that will
spermatozoa.
probably require one of us to climb into the Venice Canal. And since I'm over in Kentucky now and you're on the West Coast, I think maybe that should fall to you.
I would happily help your essence be released into the atmosphere, the cosmos.
You would fish my body out of the Venice canals?
Terry, I'm a very big fan of yours. Yes.
What would you use? Just
My bare hands and sheer will.
Em would definitely FaceTime me, though. I will say Em would definitely put it on TikTok or something. So I hope that you're prepared for a little bit of.
I do hope you.
I love clocks.
Great.
Oh, good.
Do I have your permission to film the experience so everyone can be a part of the ceremony with me?
I don't see why not.
Perfect. I'm down. I'll make it happen no matter how it has to happen. So
It's just an homage to your radio rental days. Just put it on a VHS. We can keep it in memoriam.
we do. I do have a question about your radio rental days.
Yes, please.
I know that so we've already gotten to listen to the episode that aired today, and we found out that you did have this dark time in your life, which we've already touched on, but was radio rental part of that? Are we going to get to hear any more about radio rental during Dark Air, or is this a completely new chapter of life?
During my downtime, in my dark years, my dark months, I stumbled upon a little side gig, should we say, where I was running one of the few video rental stores in the United States, location undisclosed, and came upon some magnificent stories among those VHS tapes, and some interesting young podcaster people. And we recorded those stories. People were sending in stories from around the nation, and we had We had a delightful time together making Radio Rental, and well, I hope for many more episodes in the future. I still pop over to the store with Malachi, and we get our VHS on.
That's what they say.
Of the scary stories, we also on our podcast we share listener stories. People will submit their own personal spooky experiences. I wanted to ask, do you happen to have an experience yourself that you like to tell people, if you wanted to share a personal paranormal story?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do have one. When I was a child, we're going way back now.
I'm buckled up.
This is the 1960s.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm ready.
My parents moved into a house at the top of a hill, an old Victorian, in a small town, location undisclosed. It's not important now. I wouldn't want people making pilgrimages to said house.
Oh, and they would. Yeah.
Right. The house was haunted. And what would happen is every night we would be awakened by this sound. What is that sound, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you. Every morning we would look around and notice that the furniture was in different locations than when we had been to bed.
Interesting.
Oh, no.
Something about this spirit did not like the location of our furniture.
Interesting.
So, my father, Terry Carnation, Sr., he took a piece of chalk and he drew little circles around the legs of all of the furniture pieces in the house.
Huh. Okay.
That same night. Any relation to Eric Stoltz?
No, but I am very curious as to why you asked that.
Just your last name is so similar.
No, and also no relationship to the Charles Schultz, the Peanuts.
What about Colonel
artist.
Schultz from Hogan's Heroes? Fictional.
Well, in that case, absolutely.
So that morning, sure enough, the furniture had all been moved. In some cases, only 3 or 4 inches. In some cases, 3 or 4 feet.
Wow.
So my father, Terry Carnation, Sr., I was quite young. I have only the vaguest recollection of the furniture moving, and he created a ceremony to rid the house of spirits. And he stayed up late at night. He burned some sage. He read some prayers. He drew a pentagram with some candles. He attempted to contact the spirits. He's like, "Oh, spirit world, leave our furniture alone. Leave us alone." However, that morning I woke up. He had fallen asleep downstairs in his reading chair. That morning I woke up and I heard a voice.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
My father had fallen asleep and had been placed in the refrigerator. And I opened the refrigerator and there he was.
Well.
Oh my God.
I got nothing.
I guess my question is with the sound.
You know what? I'm going to come clean. I made up the part about the refrigerator. It just needed a better ending.
It was a good button, though.
It's a good button.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you want us to edit your admission out in post, or do you want us to keep this part in?
No, we can keep it. It's fine.
It's a twist for sure.
It's definitely.
I'm a natural born storyteller.
That indeed, you had us on the edge of our seats.
The ceremony worked, and never again did we hear those gruesome, haunting sounds.
Those sounds were haunting.
Our stereo console, our dinette set, our easy chair, my crib, the loom,
yes,
the
obviously
kiln, were all in the exact same place.
Wow.
Mm,
That's
that's
incredible.
Yes.
sounds like a work
Not
was
as good
done.
an ending though.
It's
Making
okay.
up the refrigerator. I just
What
wanted to do.
look, it worked. Is that the first is that your first interest into the paranormal, or how did you even get into this
Doing this
as
for
a
a living, right?
yeah, what got you into this whole space?
Well, that began an odyssey for me of realizing that there are stories underneath stories, that there
Mm.
is a reality under
Wow.
our reality, and someone needed to explore it, and it might as well be me.
Thank
And
God it
you.
was.
And us, but just one day we hope to reach your success.
That's not
I
going to happen.
I
But
know.
you've
We
got
can
you
dream.
have to have something to strive for. Exactly.
Yeah, you're on a vision board, and you're at the very top, because we know we just may not make it, but we
Yeah, M
sure
covered it
can't
up with a
hope.
different rug, but it is there. I assure you, it's in there somewhere. Hello.
Fresh.
Wow, did you just fall off a cliff? Are you okay? Are you okay?
With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store this spring and sound on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable.
And that is why it's America's #1 meal kit. Em and I both eat HelloFresh quite often. Makes you feel like you're a home cook. Em was actually telling me about a meal they had recently.
I did. The funny thing, so I just had their Parmesan crusted chicken, which is easily one of their
Yeah.
best meals. But I ate it last night after doing Movie Monday, and 3 different people said that they had just eaten HelloFresh's Parmesan crusted chicken.
Oh, no way.
Because I asked everyone what they were eating for dinner, and 3 people apparently have gotten HelloFresh, one of their top meals, and then it came to my door. So I'm very excited. We're all eating chicken here.
So go to HelloFresh.com/drink12 and use code drink12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping.
That's HelloFresh.com/drink12 and use code drink12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. As you know, Christine and I struggle with day skin and sleep skin. And thank God Curology has come into my life.
When I tried to talk to the licensed dermatology provider that Curology acquainted me with, they were like, I don't know what sleep skin is. But when I said, well, I guess I could give you more details. I've had a couple breakouts recently, and I'm like, what the heck? Am I back in high school? And thankfully, Curology was able to help. I'm actually washing my face with Curology. I know. Trust me, I know.
And creating little monsoons on the bathroom floor.
But it's worth it because look how clear my skin has gotten.
So to get your treatment plan, start by answering questions online about your skin and sending a couple selfies to Curology. And then Curology will match you with a licensed dermatology provider. And if it's a good fit, they will help customize a prescription cream to address your acne, fine lines, dark spots, sleep skin, whatever it is.
Take control of acne, dark spots, breakouts, or sleep skin, or whatever your unique concerns may be with a powerful skincare treatment made for you today. Just go to Curology.com/drink for a free 30-day trial. Just pay for shipping and handling.
That's CUROLOGY.com/drink to unlock your 30-day trial.
See Curology.com for all the details.
I wanted to ask, you mentioned Malachi, and we're huge animal lovers, and that's why we drink. So we also know that Malachi has a little bit of a rowdy personality. We wanted to know if there was any sort of cute beginning to that story. What was your meet cute? How the two of you found each other?
Oh, how did I find Malachi, or how did Malachi find me? Well, I'm a big believer in pet rescue. So I went down to the local humane society looking for a friend. Ceylon had passed on, and it was one of the first recommendations made by my therapist, Dr. Norman Kesden. And I went looking for some cats, and there was this adorable little pussy, and he was exceptional, or she, I'm not quite sure, just adorable, meow, 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 meow. And then all of a sudden, from behind me, meow, a fierce feline entity plunged itself, lodging itself under my skull.
Oh my God.
Claws digging into my forehead.
And you said, like, that's the one.
That's the one. And that's what I said. That's the one.
Yep. And I mean, have you, not to give any spoilers here, but I do know in Dark Air, the episode today, we do find out that one of your colleagues is a pet psychic. Do you know if she might be able to help with aiding Malachi and some of his behavior?
Yes, KSB Radio, where Dark Hair makes its home, features a show by Veronica, the pet psychic. And she has never spoken to, communicated with, channeled Malachi. But if he keeps tipping over his letterbox, well...
He's going to have an appointment set up.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes.
I wanted to ask there, I did notice some tension between you and Veronica.
Yeah, forgive us if this is a little too forward, but we are a hard-hitting, much like the Alhambra Gazette, we are a hard-hitting news source.
Yeah,
We
nothing like
ask
the
tough
Monrovia.
questions.
The Monrovia Gazette, we're on top of it, and we know they're going to ask eventually, so we might as well
Sure.
beat them to the punch. Well, I do remember also during Radio Rental, you were starting to be open more to new relationships. You had a few dating profiles
Yes.
open, and now there seems to be an interested suitress. And I mean, do you want to make a comment on that, or I feel like I sense a budding romance happening here.
Well, I'm not ready.
That's okay.
I'm not
That's okay.
ready. I'm not ready, Christine. I'm not ready for that. Yes, I have dabbled. I've dipped my toes into the dating pool here and there, but the wound, she is too fresh.
Understood.
Understood. Totally.
Also, Veronica is a cuckoo bird.
Oh, yeah.
Cuckoo.
You heard it
And,
here first, folks.
So, no, thank you.
What would romance look like for Terry Carnation?
What would romance look like? I don't know. It would look like dinner and a moonlit walk at the beach. And she stumbles over a rock that we couldn't see because the moon was not very strong. Perhaps twists her ankle. I need to help her back to the car. By this time, she's become very sweaty. Me having to kind of hoist her and prop her up back up the rocks to where we parked her. We can't remember where we parked the car. Was it over here? I can't remember. Was it over there? All these rocks look alike. Oh, where did the moon go? There's clouds in front of the moon. Damn you, moon!
Now, are you carrying her at this point, or are you dragging?
I'm foisting
She's-
her. I'm
Foisting.
hoisting. Well, it's not. It's a
Like a
A
fireman
fireman-
throw?
a fireman carry something
Understood.
like that. But then all of that. Where?
Oh, no. I think a spirit overtook your Wi-Fi there for a moment. You froze in mid foisting.
We can see you now, but I kind of want to end it on just the fireman hoist, and I'll try it with my girlfriend and let you know how it goes.
Wonderful. Yeah, let me know how it goes, because what I'm saying is that the connection, I'm getting an alert. My internet connection is unstable.
Oh,
So are we. So that's okay.
yeah, we get that. It's not the
Oh.
first time we've heard that word.
It's not the only unstable thing going on here, is it? All the shared moisture, the physicality, releases itself into a release of tension. Right there on the gravel next to the car.
Wow.
Okay.
So what does romance look like for Terry Carnation? There's so many possibilities.
It's very
sounds-
moist.
It sounds
Yes, definitely a lot of moisture involved.
a lot of physicality. I'm into it. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's sometimes something a lot of people don't like to open up about. So I appreciate the sound relationship advice. I'll have to go watch my girlfriend almost break her ankle on some rocks and then take it from there.
Just see what happens.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
before
I'm speculating, Em. I'm speculating. I don't know what romance looks like. You
Hopefully
The
know?
wound
hope-
is fresh.
the wound is fresh. Hopefully we find out in the future. Before you go, we do have to ask, I mean, you're an award-winning celebrity radio personality with over 20 years in the business, millions of listens per day. And now that Dark Air is back, it's already a hit with listeners. And as broadcasters ourselves, we have to ask, we would love some advice on how you've been able to create and maintain this empire? I know we'll never fully reach it, but what's the Terry Carnation formula to success that we can at least attempt ourselves?
Well, it's
it's
Oh,
a secret.
no.
It's a secret.
It froze again.
It froze again. I guess the world doesn't want us to know the answer to that.
that I'm so sorry. I keep.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry. I was saying that number one. Have I frozen?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're still there.
A connection with my listeners. To
I thought you were
me-
going to say Wi-Fi. I was like, okay, yeah, let's write that down first. A good
Well,
Wi-Fi
that-
connection.
You know, perhaps it is a fourfold process, and a strong Wi-Fi signal is. Will show.
Oh, no. Oh, there he is.
Oh no. There you go. You're here. You're here now. We see you.
Should I?
There's a
Should I
ghost or
go out?
something.
Should I go out and come in again, as they say?
Sure. I love that we're getting the miming though. That is
It
what
actually
I'm
was
here
perfect
for.
timing because we
Was-
said, what's the secret? And he said, the secret is, and then everything just froze.
Oh.
Whoa. Now we see two of you.
This is the coolest. Whatever you did, we can see you again, and it looks very interesting.
Let's try this again.
What is
There
the
we go.
secret?
Excellent question once again, and I will say that it is threefold.
Hmm.
Number one, a connection with the listener. To me, my listeners are my family. Nay, closer than my family. I don't actually like my family very much. My listeners are the family I never had.
Oh,
Yes.
beautiful.
That's great.
All 27 million of them.
Wow.
Excellent.
We share a very close, intimate, non-sexual relationship. Number two, a relationship with the sponsors of the show.
Yes.
We know how important that is. Who sponsors the Why We Drink show?
A few people.
Do you have a regular one?
We do. We have Third Love Bras, Rothys Shoes, HelloFresh.
Stamps.com.
Third Love bras.
Yes.
It's
Good
so
example.
important to support one's breasts with the very best in bra technology.
That's
Third
right.
Love bra, whether you have 2 or 3 breasts, even one, we have a bra for every occasion. Like, put yourself into it, you know.
Yeah.
Make those ads sing. Your sponsor will thank you, and you'll draw more sponsors like flies on peanut butter.
Do we have permission to use that spot
Yes,
for our
yes,
next?
you
Okay,
do.
great.
I
'Cause
think
I'd love to just not do one for a week.
Yeah. And I also think Third Love will officially stay with us forever if we have a Terry Carnation quote to our
Well,
ad.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Well,
And
yes.
thirdly, I had a witch cast a spell on my voice, and
Oh.
it's made it extra hypnotic.
It worked. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
It
We
worked.
never even thought about doing that, Em.
It makes sense because you've truly lulled me to sleep my whole life. So
I'll give you her WhatsApp.
That
thank
would be
you.
excellent. Yeah.
Thank
we never
you.
even
Oh.
thought about hiring a witch to cast a spell.
Mhm.
One last question before you go. Do you mind one last question?
One last question, please.
Sorry, Christine, also for like totally taking charge
No,
of the
this
questions
is your
here.
moment.
Are you even involved in this?
Listen, I'm the fly
Enterprise?
on the peanut butter. I'm just watching all of this unfold. I'm watching M's heart palpitate. This is
I-
beautiful.
Mhm.
I really didn't mean to totally take over the questions.
No, this is your moment, Em.
Whew, okay, so our listeners know I'm a huge reader. I'm a huge book lover. And
Yeah, M's definitely the reader of
I
the
l-
group.
I love books, but you wrote one that I would put above all else.
Hmm.
An excellent think piece, I'd like to say, called The Haunting of Emily's Hair.
Oh,
Mhm.
I gotta know, as a fan, this has nothing to do with the interview. What was so haunting about Emily's hair that you
This
were
question
inspired to write a
has-
book?
yeah, this question has haunted us because we had a little book club, a mini book club, trying to figure out really what was so haunting that it inspired
I've been
a real
asking.
life horror novel.
I've been asking for years. I don't know the answer.
Well, it's based on a true story. It started as a novel. I've adapted it into a same name. In subsequent episodes of Dark Air, you'll see that there is actually some very real interest in said screenplay by the Hollywood establishment.
Incredible.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Incredible.
First of all, I'll say that Ridley Scott's cousin's secretary read it and loved it.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Great taste. Wow.
So Emily's hair, it should really be the haunting by Emily's hair,
I see.
because Emily's hair, well, it has a life of its own.
Oh, God.
And
Oh my God.
her enemies come to rue the day they crossed Emily and or her hair.
It is haunting indeed.
Yeah, I read that thing over and over. I've broken the spine. I need a new copy.
I know you can't see it, but it's underneath M's rug over there in the corner. It's
Oh,
I
excellent.
promise.
I didn't know any copies still
First
existed.
edition.
It's actually signed. I'm pretty yeah. I don't know if you knew you did that, maybe during the ayahuasca phase, but I hold on to that thing near and dear. So
Oh.
It might be fraudulent. I'm not really sure. We've never had it professionally.
it's definitely a draft. I don't know if it was the final copy. You just maybe
Well,
signed
it never actually got published. It was published in a local Kinko's, self-published, and I only ran off about 3 dozen mimeographed
You know what? Maybe it was a
copies, so-
fan fiction that you
No.
found on the internet.
That makes sense, because I was at a Kinko's and saw it in the printer and just kind of grabbed it, and I was like, "What is this?"
And then you Sharpied Terry Carnation on the front and forgot that you signed it yourself.
You may have forgotten. Maybe you may have thought it was a receipt or something and signed it by accident. I have maybe the only copy left, so we'll have to. Maybe I'll hold on to it and glass case display it for you.
Here's a thought for all you listeners. Fan fiction featuring Terry Carnation and the hosts of This Is Why We Like Drinking.
Look,
Yes.
please make that. That would be excellent.
It was built for fan fiction, not even
Interessante.
novels, just fan fiction.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to answer our questions. I hope you realize by now we just love everything you do. We're so excited to listen to Dark Air.
Oh, you're very kind. You're very kind.
Please let people know where they can find you and check out everything you've been a part of.
You can find me at 3715 Cahuenga Place, apartment 2B. That's upstairs, right around the corner, over the dumpsters.
Perfect.
The show.
Yeah, anything.
Either or.
The show, Dark Air with Terry Carnation, my return to the radio airwaves, can be found wherever good podcasts are found, whether it's on an Apple or in a Spotify or wherever you'd like to find it. Just go ahead and find it and follow and subscribe them and listen to them.
We also have an Instagram live with you today, so hopefully people will check that out and it'll be fun.
Wonderful.
I hope
Yeah.
you know about that. That would be really awkward otherwise.
I'm not so sure, but
Oh,
okay.
good.
All
Hopefully,
right.
hopefully you choose to attend.
That sounds fun. I don't know this
Maybe
Instagram
we'll
of
just
which
do
you
it.
speak. I don't know what that is. Is it similar to a telegraph?
I would say close.
Yes,
Mhm.
and not at all.
Both yes and no.
Is this Donald Trump's new social media network that's
This
being
new
launched?
venture? It could very well be. It's hard to tell these days, you know?
All right.
Thank you so much. We look forward to talking
It
to you
truly
again.
was an honor, and we love Dark Air, love Radio Rental, big fans, and hope we get to chat with you again soon.
That would be wunderbar.
Say hello to Malachi.
Will do. Thank you so much for having me on your wonderful show.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, Terry.